And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. I can't wait till it's 1 million subscribers. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share with family and friends because the insanity, the stupidity, the nonsense, it's not stopping. You know, often I say to you, I wish that I could be in the press room because reporters, they just don't ask the right questions. They don't push back on the GOP lies, and they certainly don't fact check the way that they should. Well, yesterday, great. During Trump's tour of the Fed, Jerome Powell, he actually stood up to Trump in a way that few do, most of whom are scared. Play the clip.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1,
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no, but it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's not new.
So we're going to take.
I mean, see, that's the whole thing. Let me be very clear about something, all right? This is exactly what needs to happen. You have to call a fact, and wait till at the end, because if I was that, I'm dying to find out myself who's responsible for providing Trump this information. If I was there, that person, they wouldn't even be thrown out. They'd be airlifted and dropped on their head right onto Pennsylvania Avenue. Now, per usual, when something like this happens, Trump goes on and he airs his feelings on his own platform, Truth Social. And I want to show you what he posted before the tour, and then, of course, what he said afterwards. Let me show you the before. Here's what he writes. In it, he writes, getting ready to head over to the Fed to look at their new, now $3.1 billion plus construction project. Also present will be Fed Chair Jerome Powell, Senator Tim Scott, Senator Tom Tillis, OMB Director Russ Vought, Chairman of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac Bill Pulte, my appointees to the National Capital Planning Commission, James Blair and William Scharf, and various other construction professionals. All right, let me be very clear. All right, with that entire team of, fools, not one looked at that piece of paper that obviously we can see through the paper that there were yellow highlights onto it, understood that there was a building, a third building included in it that was finished 5 years ago. You know who was president of the United States 5 years ago? That's right, the man himself. Let me show you what he says after. In it, this is what he writes. It was a great honor to tour the renovation and some new construction of the Federal Reserve Building with Chairman Jerome Powell, Senator Tim Scott, and others. It's got a long way to go. Would have been much better if it were never started, but it is what it is, and hopefully it will be finished ASAP. The cost overruns are substantial, but on the positive side, our country is doing very well and can afford just about anything. Even the cost of this building. I'll be watching and hopefully adding some expertise. As everyone knows, I renovated the old post office on Pennsylvania Avenue, and it was a roaring success. The total construction cost was a small fraction of the Fed building's cost, and it is many times the size. With all of that being said, let's just get it finished, and even more importantly, lower interest rates. Well, so much going on in that post. First and foremost, let's lower interest rates. We all want to see lower interest rates, but the facts behind what he's saying, they're just not accurate. And he's embarrassed. And I'll tell you something, I could only imagine that ride back in the beast to the White House. God forbid the person who handed him that piece of paper was in that beast. I can only imagine. I've seen it, and it sucks. Now, after the Fed tour, CNN's Caitlin Collins, she asked, who was responsible? Finally, my friend Caitlin there goes and asks the right question. Who's responsible for giving the president the inaccurate information? Play the clip.
Who is responsible for giving the president accurate information about what the cost is? Because Fed Chair Jay Powell was correcting him on live television.
No, he wasn't. What the president pulled out of his pocket.
They had two different numbers, is my point.
The president pulled out of his pocket a page from the FOIA request of the Fed's own internal documents that is available on their website.
So when he's saying there's a third building, you're saying he's wrong?
No. What the president is saying is the entire construction project that's going on, which is a build and renovation project over the last number of years, is currently at $3.1 billion. And what the Fed chair was saying was, no, you have to take one of the buildings out of it. Well, no, it's all one project on the whole complex.
Why do you disagree with that? If the building was already done and it's not part of what your issues are right now?
I don't know what you're saying. If you go back and look, and the president's looked at the forms, they're right there. You can see every single year. They put out the FOIAs for every single year. And every single year, the numbers have gone up for this project.
What number? So you're saying that the number Jay Powell gave was wrong and the one the president had is accurate in your assessment?
I think what the Fed chair is doing is splitting hairs in that moment to try to drive down the top line costs for what we're talking about.
No, what you're doing, sir, is you're lying to the American people because you got caught stupidly giving the president wrong information. Look, whether you like Donald Trump or you dislike him, irrelevant here. He can only respond to the information that is provided to him. No human being on the planet has the answers to everything, and he relies on his people to give him accurate information. Let me be very clear. The information that was provided to him that he was basing his opinion on, and of course, his attacks on Jerome Powell, are inaccurate. Now, GOP Senator Bernie Moreno, he tried to tell Collins that Powell was wrong on the numbers and it showed incompetence. Play that clip.
$2.5 billion. It's almost 100% over budget. The fact that he looked at a piece of paper and didn't recognize that it's his own numbers show gross incompetence combined with incredible arrogance.
But do you think he should resign because?
First of all, wrong. It's just wrong for all the reasons that I just said. Whoever gave Trump that documentation, whoever gave him that information, should have broken it down. The last one was finished under your administration. So are we talking about this one building versus the two that are still under construction? What are we talking about? Clarity. That's what we need, clarity. Scott Jennings tried to tell Abby Phillips that Trump was just mad about cost overruns. Okay, good, me too. Phillips outlined the reasoning for the budget increase. Play the clip.
It seems like he went in there and he was like, yeah, this place needs to be renovated. Like,
but he's clearly mad
he was kind of convinced.
But he's clearly mad about the cost overruns. Right. I mean, $900 million or whatever it is.
I mean, a great idea.
And to the average American,
tax rates for
billions of dollars.
But you got
for a building in Washington.
I mean, you got to understand what the cost overruns are for. The building, when they started renovating it, they found asbestos, they found toxic soil contamination. DHS then recommended all these security measures, which will be extremely expensive. And then, of course, there's the pandemic and the inflation that was caused by it. So there are a lot of reasons that the costs have gone up, but clearly the president's numbers were not quite right when he went in to talk to the main numbers guy in the United States.
And she's right. But why can Abby Phillips be able to explain it and these morons that are providing the president of the United States with information cannot? Now, my favorite, back to Jesse Waters. He tried to compare the Fed's building costs to his wife going shopping. Such a putz. Play the clip.
Where they were supposed to be.
It's like when your wife goes shopping and you come home unexpectedly and you see piles and piles of bags in the bedroom. Oh, honey, what do we have here? You're going to return it, right? It's all getting returned, right? He owned Powell today. And You're right. Now this guy is just going to dangle out for the rest of the months that he has to serve there.
First of all, he didn't own Powell. What they're trying to do, again, change the narrative. But that's Fox. That's Fox. Propaganda 101. Now, I want to finish off the video by showing you two more clips from Trump's visit to the Fed. Senator Tim Scott, he spoke about the current unemployment numbers. And let me note that the rate has actually increased since Trump took office. Play the clip.
Too expensive. Bottom line is this, that Americans deserve to become first-time home buyers. President Trump has created the best economy in the world. The one thing that would make it better is lower interest rates. Full employment is even more possible. Wages rise faster as interest rates come down when your employment is at 4.1% because of your leadership. We have revenues coming in at record-breaking, maybe last month even more revenue coming in than bills going out, which is...
Again, he should actually be on his knees with his nose up Trump's backside. I mean, he's saying all the things in order to do what? Seriously? Self-aggrandize the president? I know, but here's the problem, Tim. You're not one of the cabinet members. You don't actually have to do it. And what you're saying is completely inaccurate. Again, let me note that the rate, that the rate has actually increased since Trump took office. But finally, Trump, of course, when all else is going poorly, what do? Bring up Obama. Play the clip.
Investigate the classified documents by Gabbard.
Yeah, that's a terrible thing. I have great respect for Tulsi and the documents they found on President Obama. Frankly, it was an Obama thing, but it was the people that worked under him also working with him. And no, it's a very, very serious thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Oh boy. Let me say this. It's why I constantly say, please share this with family, friends, bring them into our community, because this sort of stupidity, this feckless capitulation by GOP leaders and others, it needs to stop. Or we're going to lose our democracy. We're going to lose our democratic republic. That's a guarantee. And people will ask you in years to come, what did you do to help stop it? And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.